Very few things surprise me in quite that way. And I just have to say, I have been, for those of you who know, I've been kind of leading up to this day. So, for about the last 2 months. But it's very interesting because I have this theme going on in my mind, and that is, actually, we did pretty good there, girl. That was nice.
Some lessons from Luis.
So, there's just been all of these really nice, pleasant, delightful surprises the last couple weeks. And little surprises here. I went to someone's for lunch. I mean, just to drop by, and there was a little surprise luncheon. And it just kept going on. And go in my house, there's a balloon and glasses. And it's been very exciting. It kind of gave me that idea that I was thinking where I was last year at this time. And none of you were here, that was for sure. And we've all been through a lot of birth. A lot of birth. And I have no idea why that's emotional, but it just feels that way. And if you know me, I put it out there. And so celebration of birthdays are real important for me because they reminded me of when we were little, we were allowed to talk about our birthdays. Like, my birthday's coming up, my birthday's coming up. Kind of like what I've been doing. And I noticed as we got older, we've shoved it back, and I don't think it was the fear of getting older. I think it was the idea of not boasting on yourself. And, you know, it's not about me, it's about you. And I always say those lovely parties as we get older, please, no gifts. And I always say, please, if you ever come to a party of mine, gifts are fine. I don't know how that tradition got started about please, no gifts, but in my household, it's really okay. Wow. A lot of sirens today. That's okay. Birth all over the place. And so I thought to myself of that inner child that I do a lot of work with, and I just thought, I want to be excited about my birth. 30 years ago today, at 5:20 in the morning, I came out looking nothing like what you see today. And that's powerful. There was talk about the creative process that we have in our teaching. There was this idea of each and every one of us in a seed. And however it got planted read it in my book. It's coming out next year. But however it got planted, that was us. Why wouldn't we scream it at the top of a mountain? It's my birthday. Look what we went through to get here. Wow. That's why I celebrated when Rita and I were together. She was like, oh yeah, we'll just do something. I go, no. This is the best day in the world. You were born. An idea in the mind of God or good had this idea, and each one of your names are on it. How could we ever doubt? But we do. But we do. That's my channeling. I'll be channeling the rest of this. I found this wonderful, Here's this beautiful quote, and I'm just going to take this on my GPS tour of it. Each day holds a surprise, but only if we expect it can we see, hear, or feel it when it comes to us. Let's not be afraid to receive each day's surprise, whether it comes to us as sorrow or as joy. It will be a new place to open our hearts, a place where we can welcome new friends and celebrate more fully our shared humanity. I love this line. Let's not be afraid to receive each day's surprise, whether it be pain or joy. Or Elvis. You missed it, dude. He was here.
What?
I know. I love you, Jeremy. Thank you.
Love you. Love you too, Reverend.
Did you mean that when you said that? Because it didn't sound like he said, anyway.
Came from out of nowhere.
So today, what I'm claiming is that life is one big surprise party. And surprise parties can be fun. And sometimes surprises can be not so good. But if we can remember where we come from and how we're all sitting here, all ages, all thoughts, everything, this incredible, I love the idea of the ancestry, just filling me up and saying, wow, look where they ended up. That's beautiful. So I have a new mantra that I want to share with you. I am expanding my capacity to hold more good in my life. I'm expanding my capacity. It's the mold that Rita was talking about. Why would we ever settle for less? To be good boys and girls? Don't worry about me. I'm okay. There's no end to the pizza. You don't have to leave the last piece. You don't have to do that anymore. God, that's been a mystery to me all my life. How was the party? Fine, but there's always a piece of pizza left on the thing. Why? Because you're not supposed to take the last piece. But what I'm finding is if it's the last dollar in your wallet, it will be refilled. It will fill up again. If it's the last anything, it's more. If you think you're at a point of health that's very frightening to you, just know, just calm down and say, no, look where I come from. I come from the highest point of energy that could ever be. You couldn't even imagine it, and then beyond that is more imagination. We watched the movie Ghost on Friday as our spiritual cinema. And I will tell you a little funny part of it, that Rita and I are kind of like parents here at the center. And the first one, there's kind of I wouldn't say sex scene, but there's a lot of romance going on. And Rita and I are sitting there, I'm going, I forgot about this part. And it was like so awkward. It was like the kids are, and I'm going, oh. And he goes, Demi Moore, I just want a little bit, you know. Oh, Mo, kids, close your eyes. It wasn't quite that much, but I was feeling that inside. But there was a scene, and it's not the most biggest scene in the movie, but it really stuck with me. And they were in bed reading, and they were going to sleep, and she said, what's going on? She could tell something was wrong with Sam. And Molly said, what's wrong? And this is what he said. I'm so blessed for I just love Google and internet, anything you want, and he says, I don't know. A lot of things. I don't know what's wrong. I just don't want the bubble to burst. Whenever something good happens to me, I'm just afraid I'm going to lose it. And I thought to myself, yeah, whenever something good happens, I'm just afraid I'm going to lose it. And then they got the remote, and the TV went on, and it showed a plane crash. And he said, oh, it's the second one this month. And she said, just turn it off. What are you doing? We're going, turn it off. And this is what he said. I should cancel my trip to LA. These things always happen in threes. And I thought, what are we rehearsing for in our lives? It's called foreboding joy. But what are we doing? What are we rehearsing? Are we rehearsing for the tragedy? I know I have on many, many occasions. I think we think we're doing something. we're fixing something. But there's a stronger part of it, because that's superstition in the world that I live from. I don't believe in superstition. I believe in choice, and I believe that and no one's going to say, "Oh, you're just living with the rose-colored tint of your." So what? How's it working for you? How's the other working? How's the other working for us? And I'm about as realistic as you could get. We run a center. 8 years. So we get into that. But I was watching that scene, and I was watching the thought process of the actor Patrick Swayze, and I just thought, he's caught up in the media and the things that are out there, and they can serve us. I'm not one of those, so you can not get all excited that I don't believe that anything, I don't see anything. Everything is just beautiful. Well, it is. But you also have to keep your eyes open too. But the biggest thing that I think needs to be open in this day and age is our hearts. We can't give up feeling because for some facts. I am looking so forward to the day when fear becomes the minority and love becomes the majority. And for those people that think and want to say to me, it's a little unrealistic. Really? Have you ever tried it? Have we ever tried to put fear in the back seat, put love square right in the front? I love this. This was written by this wonderful writer, Rita Andriello, Reverend Rita Andriello. And she does a blog, and today she wrote this beautiful blog about this special guy that I'm really close to. It's about me. And I took just a little something that really struck me out of the 32 paragraphs. I'm kidding. It was 26. So, for those of you who do not know Patrick, and some of you here today do not know me, he is the wonder of a child and the beautiful mind of a man. He is the wonder of a child. I don't care what is going on in this world right now. My child is not up for sale. That is the very essence of who we are. It is so grand. It's the thing that says, yeah. When people say, no, then wait, be careful, and then you say, yeah, and then you say, yeah, but wow. Did you know they make like 35 flavored ice creams? And did you know that? Did you know that life is really good until I'm told that my birthday is over at 10 years old? And I remember when as a kid on my birthday, and this is actually the day of my birthday, and everybody's probably so relieved because I've been talking about it for months now. And I'll tell you why, actually, that I do, because it's a really special day, your birthday. You're so powerful and so loving. And, it wasn't easy getting here. Think about it. Unless it grosses you out, and then just don't. But it took us so much to get here, and that's just this experience. I stand right here before all of you in this moment, and I am so glad that I was born. Even through the times that I said as a kid, I wish I'd never been born. Anybody else? Please don't leave me out on this plank by myself. Yeah, thank you. I didn't say it a lot. But what I know about today and the celebration of today, I love this quote. Through our giving thanks, we honor all possibilities while bringing the ones we choose to the world. Greg Braden. Fear will become the minority and love will reign as the majority. On this day of my birthday, I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you. If I don't know you, it doesn't matter, because I don't think that it's possible that people don't know one another. And wherever you're at in your life, celebrate it. Never put yourself in the back, say, no, that's okay. Did you know that after that last piece of pizza, did you know there's more? There really is. There's just one waiting. And usually in my household, another one didn't come out until you finished the first one. What a birthday, my friends. I celebrate me. And it's taken a lot of years for me to be able to really, really do that. To really say, if no one else celebrated me, could I celebrate myself? Yes. At 30 years old, I will let you know. You guys are just being polite right now, right? If you laugh too loud, he'll know that we know. Actually, that's not true. I will tell you that on May 2nd, 1958, in Heidelberg, Germany, this little guy that I don't remember well at that age came into the world and said, let's have at it. Let's have at it. There'll be some good times and maybe not so good times. We are that worth it, all of us. I am looking at the most incredible energy in the world right here. The time has come for us to celebrate with gratitude for this thing called life. Let's not waste one moment of it. Thank you for coming today to our birthday party. Namaste.